The decision that overturned Roe v. Wade came as a shocker. It came as a big disappointment for the reproductive rights movement. And for me, I was appalled at how shaky protection of fundamental rights to access healthcare, in particular access to safe abortion, can with the stroke of a pen. While the fall of Roe v. Wade in the United States has no legal implication on the African continent, but we know it has given energy and buoyed opposition groups. Another concern is when the strongest foundation on access to abortion in America has fallen, governments that have been slow and willing to make progress on access to abortion in Africa have got, a reassurance or a basis to continue with their intransigence, to continue with their attempts to deny women access to abortion care in Africa.
Now, speaking about Africa, the laws are already pretty restrictive when it comes to access to abortion. A handful of countries really legalized it, and in many countries, it's still an issue under discussion. What is the premise that you can understand or elaborate on why that still is?
The African continent has made great progress in trying to protect women's rights, and in particular, access to abortion as a fundamental right. We cannot forget that Africa is the only continent with a regional human rights framework, that is the Maputo Protocol, that recognizes abortion as a fundamental human right. The challenge then is the translation of that commitment into practical lived realities in the country. And what is fueling that challenge includes opposition by religious groups and willingness of governments based on various issues, including stigma, opposition by religious groups, social extraction, refusal to accept abortion as an issue of, as a fundamental right, a question of liberty, a question of privacy, a question of autonomy, a question of dignity of the woman.
But is it also not true to say that in Africa, there's still this conservative position where it comes to, practices like abortion? As you've mentioned already, that there's pressure from religious groups and governments. And what is the basis and the genesis of that you can, see as to, first of all, if it's going to be reversed, how?
One, we must look at healthcare comprehensively so that we provide all nationals of the continent, women, girls, men, children, with comprehensive healthcare. Abortion should be treated as part and parcel of comprehensive healthcare. Information, comprehensive sexuality education should be the beginning point. We need to protect access to healthcare, especially in instances where it is highly stigmatized like abortion. We need to protect that access in law, in policy, so that the practice becomes part and parcel of implementation of our legal framework.